Hey, what's going on, guys? Jamie here, and welcome to the first week of our regular season of our Jets franchise. And today we are welcoming the Dallas Cowboys. But first, let's take a look at our injuries. We managed to make it through the preseason miraculously with no injuries. The Cowboys made it through with one injury to Jesse Holley, who will be out for the season. So yeah, there's our lovely Meadowlands Stadium. But in terms of uploads, although I only have a grand total of 3 subscribers. Alright, lads. I'm trying to make my upload schedule. I'm trying to put some sort of structure to it as we see our boys in the tunnel. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is upload every other day. Also, I've been off school for a week, so I've been able to put up stuff more regularly. But I'm really busy for about the next 18 months in terms of schoolwork. So, yeah, that's that. We would lose or they would win the coin toss and they would elect to receive, but I'll try and get a video out every other day, at least once a week. But yeah, first play, Romo would be taking it out of the gun, and he would look to scramble, and he would be smashed by David Harris and Jim Leonard, and Jim Leonard would be the one that knocked the ball out, and Eric Smith would dive on it, giving us the ball on the 28-yard line. Great field position. We'd hand off to Sean Green. He would crushed that guy who tackled him. I think it was Abram Elam. Ran straight over him, but Abram Elam managed to bring him down. But now he'd get outside and he would get down to the 7-yard line, and a good 13-yard run there for Sean Green. And now on first and goal from the 7, he would bust it into the end zone for a touchdown to the Jets, 7-0. And now on his second series, he would find Jason Witten out of the gun on the right sideline. Witten would pick up the first down before being pushed out of bounds. Now he'd send Witten in motion, and Romo again from the gun, drop back and find Laurent Robinson, who would slip off the tackle of Revis and get all the way down inside to Jet territory, down to the 39-yard line. And now Romo, this time under center, would pitch out to DeMarco Murray, who would step outside and then be tackled by Brian Thomas down inside the red zone. Now Felix Jones is in for Murray, and he would stay in to block, but Romo would find no one, so they would kick a field goal to bring the score to 3 points to 7. Now Joe McKnight would field the ball on the plane of the end zone, and he would get outside and breaks the tackle and is one block away. If that guy further upfield could have held his block, Joe McKnight would have had a touchdown. But out of the gun now, Mark Sanchez finds Plaxico Burress wide open, way inside Dallas territory for a 31-yard reception. Now Sanchez again, looking for Burress again, but he's picked off by Jenkins this time. Sanchez's first pick of the day comes at an inopportune time, so it would stay within one score, but a great defensive stop by Cromartie in the Jets defense would give the Jets the ball back, and Sanchez would find Dustin Keller on third down for another 31-yard reception inside Dallas territory. And now on first down they'd hand off to Sean Green, but he would get nothing. He would be stuffed at the line by 2 Dallas defenders. And now onto my favorite play, so Sanchez would take the ball and he would run some play action to Sean Green, and he would find Dustin Keller wide open, be tackled by DeMarcus Ware down inside the 30-yard line. Now Tomlinson in on third down for Green. He wouldn't be able to pick up a block, and Mark Sanchez would be sacked. So they would kick a field goal. Shane Graham would come on and boot that through. So the score would now be 10-3. And now out of the gun on second down, Romo would find Ogletree. He would be 2 yards short of a first, and Murray would be stopped again on third down, this time by Mo Wilkerson. So they would punt back to us, and we would get the ball on third down, but Mark Sanchez would be sacked as he was looking to find Santonio Holmes. That sack was by DeMarcus Ware. And now on third down for Dallas, Tony Romo finds Miles Austin, but Darrell Revis gets a hand in there to knock the ball away, so we would get the ball back. But on third and long, Sanchez is sacked by Abram Elam. And now first down for Dallas on their own 40-yard line, and Romo would look to scramble again, but the ball is knocked out by Mike DeVito. Defensive end gets a hand in there, and we would recover. Brodney Poole on the recovery. But Sanchez on second down is sacked by Abram Elam again, and Spencer would fall on the ball, giving Dallas the ball in great field position, only 40 yards out. Only a couple of first downs away from field goal range. But Miles Austin, that was me. That was my fault. I accidentally used it to Revis when I didn't mean to, and that stopped him moving, so Miles Austin was wide open for the touchdown. But no, we'd get the ball back after the extra point, and Dustin Keller would almost pick up the first down. We'd look to go deep on 2nd and 1, but Gerald Sensabaugh picks off Mark Sanchez when he's looking for Jeremy Curley deep on the streak route. They would have 52 seconds to drive down the field and try and put more points on the board. Romo would try to look deep for Laurent Robinson, and he would go up and pluck the ball out of the air over the head of Jim Leonard. So they would be down inside field goal range now. And Romo would go for Des Bryant in the end zone, but Cromartie steps in front of it, and he is tackled down at the 2-yard line. Great play. Would look to run out the clock, but I give the ball to John Connor on a fullback dive, and he'll pick up the first down. So I run some play action to Sean Green and find Matthew Mulligan down on our 35-yard line. So that would set us up for the Hail Mary, but Sanchez has not got the arm to get it into the end zone from there. It fall incomplete, bringing the first half to an end at 10 points apiece. That's right, so we would get the ball to kick off the second half. I don't know what my brain is, but we would find, that's where it is, that's 3rd down, that'll explain that. We find Santonio Holmes on 3rd down for a good conversion to the Jets, keep the drive alive. But Sanchez looks to set up the screen to Sean Green. He'll pick up a couple of blocks before being tackled out of bounds by Abram Elam. And now it's 3rd and 4, Tomlinson in the game, faking the end around, and we would be stopped short, but we'd go for it on 4th down. And Santonio Holmes is wide open, got all day to make that catch. Great conversion, keep the drive alive. He would be injured on the play, and he would not return to the game. That is confirmation of that will be there. Torn shoulder labrum, not good. He would be out for the rest of the game. Now 3rd and 5 for Sanchez out of the gun. Burris in motion. He would look for Tomlinson. That's a horrible throw, horrible decision by me, and Abram Elam would pick it off. That would be his first pick on the day. He's having a hell of a game as Elam. But now we'd get to DeMarco Murray in the backfield, and he would be tackled by Jim Leonard for a 3-yard loss. They would go for Murray again on 2nd down, and this time it's Bart Scott getting in the backfield and stopping him for a 1-yard loss. And now Romo again finds Miles Austin, but David Harris is on him as soon as he catches, so he will not be able to convert, so they would punt back to us. We'd run play action and find Dustin Keller wide open and beat a man with a spin move. You get down to the 33-yard line. Great drive by the Jets here so far at the beginning or the end of the 3rd quarter. But then he would look for Dustin Keller again, who goes up and makes the grab over the defenders. So now 2nd and 3 on the 8-yard line. Sean Green busts it in. Wide open hole. He's going to run that in all day long. And now DeMarco Murray, the rookie out of Oklahoma, would make the 1st down run there. And now on 1st and 10 from their 30-yard line, the pitch out to Murray, and he breaks past a couple of tackles before being dragged down by Eric Smith. And now 2nd and 2 for the Cowboys. And Romo would look for Miles Austin, but Cromartie steps in front of it and picks him off and runs it back for a short gain, giving the Jets the ball on the 41-yard line. And now 3rd down for Sanchez. Finds a wide open Burris for a 1st down at the beginning of the 4th. And now looking for Green on the handoff. Massive wide open hole. Great ceiling block by John Connor going straight up through the middle. And now Sanchez making a couple of adjustments at the line, adjusting Dustin Keller's route, and he would find Dustin Keller. He would get down to the 1-yard line, unlucky not to get in the end zone. That would take him to over 100 yards on the day. Great day for the tight end. And looking on 3rd down to hand it off to Green, who would fall into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown on the day. You have a dance, son. You've earned it with your 3 touchdowns. Now 4 minutes for the Cowboys to mount to get 2 scores to take the game to overtime, but that is the way to go about it. A 49-yard reception by Des Bryant in between triple coverage, which is really a phenomenal throw by Romo. But 4th or 3rd down, he would not be able to convert, so they would go for it on 4th down. And we'd look to try and, if we get this stop here, then we've pretty much ended the game. So Romo takes the ball out of the gun, and he finds Miles Austin coming across the middle of the field, and he would convert, get down to the 8 or 9 yard line. give the Cowboys the Cowboys a shot to tie up this game. Romo would look for the receiver in the corner of the end zone, but that is batted away by Cromartie. And now in the end zone looking for another receiver, that's Revis on the coverage. Now third down, only 2 more shots to go to find the end zone for the Cowboys. But Brodney Poole steps in front of the receiver and he runs out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So we would pretty much look to run out the clock, but LT would be stopped on third down. So we would punt it away, and Romo would look for Laurent Robinson going on the right sideline. He would come down with a catch to give the Cowboys first down with 1.5 minutes left. And Jason Witten wide open again. Can't leave him wide open. He's too dangerous to do that. Now give them the ball inside the red zone on 3rd and 8. And Romo looks for Laurent Robinson, and he would get down inside the 5 for a first down to Dallas with 50 seconds left on the clock. And Jason Witten's wide open, and he gets in the end zone. And now they try the onside kick, but it's recovered by Patrick Turner. That is pretty much seals the game. 24-17 win for the New York Jets. A great way to start the year. Cromartie is your player of the game, but I don't think he should have been the player of the game. In my opinion, the player of the game was Abram Elam, the safety from Dallas. He finished the game with really good stats, which you'll see in a second. There you go. Here are the passing stats for the 2 quarterbacks. Similar in terms of attempts and completions. Romo finished with more yards, more touchdowns, but 3 interceptions for both is a worry for both teams. Sean Green and Sean Green had a great day on the ground, nearly getting 100 yards. DeMarco Murray, quite a decent game, averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Dustin Keller and Laurent Robinson had really great games. The tight end ended up with 108 yards on the day. Miles Austin contributed with some good clutch 4th and 3rd down conversions, and finished with a touchdown as well. Brick had some good blocking. Abram Elam, as I said, 12 tackles total, including 2 sacks and an interception. That is a player of the game performance if ever I've seen one. And Kyle Wilson and David Harris led the Jets in terms of tackles. DeVito had his strip sack, and DeMarcus Ware also had a sack. And interceptions were made by Cromartie, who had 2, Sensible, Brodney Poole, Mike Jenkins, and Abram Elam. And join me next time for the Week 2 clash against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'll see you later, guys.